kind of was about to, I was down the projects. I'm starting to do these new little podcasts, and I'm kind of doing them from the projects. So I'm thinking of how I can kind of like use this as a platform. Cause like, I don't know, look, this is where I'm sitting at. I'm gonna show y'all where I'm sitting at. I'm sitting down the projects, right? Kids and that joint. My bad. People in that joint. But I say that to say that we can find innovative ways to engage our youth, right? I think the first thing we got to do when it comes to addressing our youth is that we have to go in non-judgmental, off the top, because you have to first realize that you are about to, and we're talking about how to engage the youth for anybody who just became a part of this podcast. So we're talking about engaging the youth, bro. How to engage the youth. I said the first thing you have to do when you want to engage the youth, the very first thing, and it's pouring down raining out here and I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying right here for a little while because I want to just try to do anything I could do, my presence or anything, to try to get things to be better. I send kids across the street every day. And by the way, I'm recording this with my other camera, right? So that it's like my little podcast. But I say when we first engage the youth, the first thing that we're going to have to do is to be non-judgmental. We cannot go into this thing with our youth judging them. Non-judgmental. This is what we must do. It is a must that we be non-judgmental. Right? And I say that because you are going to encounter youth who have been, first of all, living in poverty all their life. We have a lot of our youth, and they have mental health illnesses. A lot of our youth are traumatized. A lot of our youth want to be part of something. So when you come in and you're trying to help, the first thing you have to do is to be non-judgmental. You cannot be passing judgment on the kids. Now, I think we should also figure out a way, and this is just, I'm not going to get off topic about being non-judgmental with the kids, but we have to figure out like how we understand what's going on, because some of the shooters are victims as well as shooters, because you have instances where a guy may be the aggressor but ends up shot, right? And some, if not all, or none, if not some. I mean, none. And I don't know what happens like after death, but there's people with life in prison for being traumatized and abused by certain individuals, and then one day they lashed out because they didn't get help, and they did something that they couldn't turn around, right? So let's not think that everybody that commits a violent act is just a violent person. Some of these people have been traumatized. A lot of these people have been victims of other crimes, stuff like that. So they dealing with a lot of different things. But in dealing with our youth, we need to find out what they like. We need to learn different teaching tools. I think that our kids are too fast and they learn too quick to even be sitting in a traditional classroom. I think the world should become the children's classrooms. I think school should be merely outdoor experiences. I think a teacher should pick her class up from the school, a math teacher, and have math classes, you know, at different colleges, like once a week or something like that. Or if they're dealing with science and things like that, one of the classes can be at hospitals or clinics, just annex areas, or maybe you could bring those resources to the schools. But that's for the ones who want to do that. Then we have to figure out that we have youth that don't want to use maybe brain power as far as like add and subtract and multiply and divide. They might be good artists. They can draw. They can sing. They can, and maybe we should start addressing those talents. Maybe we should be actually, you know, after 6th grade, maybe kids should be paid to go to school. Maybe there should be incentives for getting good grades. Like you might have the monitor sheet. Remember how in school you be bad, you get the monitor sheet? Maybe if, you know, there were incentives on the monitor sheets, you know, for youth, like if you get a 90+ average across the board in school every semester, you get $100, $50, something like that. You will have kids striving for that, striving for little small goals. You should even have incentives for small goals, even incentives for progress reports, even incentives all the way down to classwork, homework, everything. I think they should be rewarded for every good deed they do. Even if it's just a piece of candy for getting a certain, or a piece of fruit or something during class for passing a certain kind of test or something. Right? But then we got the ones that don't want to do neither. Right? And I think the ones that want to just hang in the streets and do different things and be destructive, I think it only happens because they spend a lot of their time there. Maybe we can have billboards up and we can have classes on the billboards. It could be billboards around the city and it can say, if you come to this life skills class, you don't need no ID. You just tell us your name. You can just walk in. The urine don't gotta be clean. But they can come into this life skills workshop, stay for 3 hours, and we may pay the kids $5 an hour. Right? And these workshops will be everywhere. All these workshops will be like at the schools. Just say for instance, I'm in Douglas Projects right now, right? This is like a pilot for this kind of engagement. This is a pilot. I'm sitting in Douglas Projects. I'm on Fayette and Caroline, right? I'm on Fayette and Caroline, and the pilot program would work like this. There would be a big billboard right here on Fayette and Caroline. And the billboard would have 15 different courses that you could do to better yourself, and you'll be incentivized immediately. Meaning you would get money for going, you would get money for doing whatever it is that we trying to get you to do. You get money for it immediately. You get paid. But you might go to that workshop. It might be just a regular life skills workshop, and they'll say, look, you come here for 3 hours a day from 6 to 9. We'll feed you. We'll pay you $5 an hour to come to this workshop. Right? It'll be just life skills. Then you'll have another workshop. Now with this workshop, you have to come for 90 days. Every day for this amount of time, and you'll get incentivized. You'll get a little stipend every day. If you come to the workshop, you work 3 or 4 hours in the workshop, and you learning this and you learning that, and they'll just have to bill hours, but they'll get paid for every hour. And if they don't come back the next day or the next day, it'll be like an open roster, and they could come back whenever they wanted to, and they could start right where they finished. And if they need a refresher course, we give them a refresher course. But I believe that if the kids knew that they could be incentivized for coming to all these different kind of workshops, we can have conflict mediation workshops, we can have, and I know it's people sitting on here, I know it's people on here who got like massive ideas and stuff like that, and they can make this stuff happen, right? But what I'm saying is, we have these courses, all of the schools across the city, after school hours. All we have to do is we have those classes. They will be incentivized for coming to those classes. It could be a conflict mediation training. And you tell all the kids, if you come over to this conflict mediation training for 3 hours, we're going to give you $8 an hour. Who's not going to come for the $25 an hour? $24, $25, whatever it is. The kids are going to come because they know that they're going to be incentivized, right? They're getting things. They can leave that night, they can get something to eat, they can go somewhere, do whatever they want to do because they got $25. But guess what? Before they leave, you offer them all those other workshops. You know, if you come to this workshop for 7 days, you could be trained in whatever. Because our kids need all different kinds of training. We should give them every training we could think of, the stop the bleed training. So if somebody gets shot on the corner, all of them will be trying to save them the right way. Because I see when people get shot, everybody move the body and do all that kind of stuff. And they might be killing, actually helping some of the people die by thinking they trying to help by moving the body, moving the bullets around. So give them training. Tell them how to actually squash their beefs. Give them a training and pay them to come to the training to learn how to squash their own beefs. There's so many things that we can do. There's so many ways to get by while they're committing crimes for little bits of money, $20 and $30. Well, we can have these workshops all over the city that they can come to and get paid that day, right after the workshop, 3 or 4 hours in the workshop. And they gonna go out and they gonna tell all their friends, man, I'm telling you, if you go to that workshop over there, they gonna give you $40 as soon as you finish. You only gotta be in there for 4 hours. 4 hours don't mean nothing to them. They gonna make $40 an hour on the corner. So this is the stuff that we gotta do. We gotta become innovative. Let's pay them to learn. I mean, it costs $88,000 to keep like a child or somebody in prison. My God, we can do a lot with $88,000 a person out here. If you can pay $88,000 or $60,000 a person for prisons, why aren't we giving people jobs with that same money that we lock them up with? Why? So, you know that that's a problem. I know that that's a problem. We all know it's a problem. We definitely understand that it's a problem. But that's a policy change. That's something we got to come together to do, and we got to do it from a policy standpoint. And we can get it done. I know we can get it done. If we can get all this murder done, we can get all the other stuff done. We can get all this drugs done and all this stuff done, we can get it done. Because one thing I love about people that are impoverished, most of us are very, very, very resilient. Very resilient. So, that was my little kicker for the day. I'm still sitting in the projects. White bread, I'm in the projects, white bread. Where you at, bro? White bread, I'm in the projects. Where you at? I don't see you, son. Yeah. Incentivize them. Incentivize them. Just imagine if we take the squeegee kids, right? And imagine if the city incorporated the squeegee kids. It'd be the Baltimore squeegee kids, right? And they incorporate it, and they put them on the corner, and then one of them be the supervisor, and he makes sure they don't be disrespectful. I think people would be more acceptable at getting their car windows washed if they knew that they were incorporated. See, a lot of people know that it's, I guess, illegal or unliked, or so people don't like it. But if we knew, I think people knew that they were safe, that those guys was, you know, actually working for a city corporation like the Baltimore City Squeegee Boys, and they had like supervisors on the corner or Team Cat, and somebody riding around in one of them city trucks checking on all of them, making sure they got new squeegees and new Windex and all that kind of stuff. Just incorporate it. You'll get a lot of guys off the street, but they don't just have to be squeegeeing, man. They can do hospitality. They can do hospitality for the games. You know, they can do a lot of stuff. We can figure it out. But just give them something to do. That's the key. The key is mass engagement, man. It's mass engagement. Like, we need everybody, all hands on board. I don't care if you just take like 10 little girls in your house and just teach them how to cook cakes, bake cakes, man. That's your part. That you playing a serious part, and teach them little girls how to bake the cakes and take them out on the corner and feed the dudes on the corner. That's what you do. That's how you contribute. Everybody got some kind of food. There's just 4 little boys on the corner, and they out there making a lot of noise, and they ain't got nothing to do. Shit, boil 4 hot dogs and take them out there and give them to them. Bet you they eat them hot dogs and they get quiet. I guarantee you. They gonna eat them hot dogs and get quiet. They gonna be like, man, you gotta be quiet. Miss such and such who gave us the hot dogs, she live right here. Y'all shouldn't be making all that noise. They're gonna become ambassadors. They're gonna become ambassadors, and they are going to like help it out. So, like, engagement. It's like a massive engagement. Like, everybody we need all hands on deck. Because they are actually killing about nothing. Y'all don't even understand this shit. Like, y'all think there's some, like, big shit going on. Like, why they killing? They killing about little ass shit. Like, he hungry. He took his $20. You dig? They shooting each other because they shooting each other because yo ain't copped the weed from me. We got a whole beef where the dudes was shooting because the one dude ain't caught the weed from the dude, they get the beef, and then the dude who ain't caught the weed, he coming back with some shit, some crazy ass shit, and he wound up getting shot with his own gun. He did. So you gotta try to like understand this bull crap that's going on. Like it's bull crap. Like you can feed somebody so they won't do something violent. You can literally feed people so they don't be violent. You hear me? Real talk. You can really like feed people, man, and they won't be violent. They won't be violent for sure, bro. I'm trying to tell you. What's up, Coy? Hey, Coy, I want to do one of my podcasts with the football team. I don't know when we gonna get it done, but I definitely want to get it done. It's pouring down raining out here, man. I'm in the middle of the projects. I swear to God, ain't none of them winning. Yep. Cool, your son okay? Hope your son okay. I was talking to Gerald. He told me your son was okay. Sending my prayers out to him, my brother. But yeah, it's massive engagement. Hey, Coy, I want to thank you, bro. Because I don't know how many years or how many decades. I know you probably had almost 2 decades or over 2 decades. People do not understand the value of our coaches. Our coaches need help, bro. Like, our coaches, that's mass engagement. So anybody you know who coach football, just know that he coaching you and your homeboys and grandsons and sons and all that. And trust and believe, all of them don't got cliques. Do they, Coy? All of them ain't got registration money. All of them ain't got money to get all the kids to Florida every year. Some of them ain't even got parents to get the kids to the practice and to the games. But somehow, some way, all the time, them coaches is getting it done. They're getting it done. Shouts out to all of the coaches. I know y'all time coming, y'all about to start putting together. I think all the coaches, right, listen, shouts out to the coaches. I think all of y'all should turn y'all football teams into non-profit organizations and start soliciting some donations and stuff, bro. Because, you know, y'all kids can, like, do, like, different kinds of jobs for the city. You know? Y'all football teams could be summer job programs for the summer. You know, like people had sites where they had kids doing summer jobs. We could do summer sports. And we could play the kids to play sports. Have the games down the arena or in Raven Stadium or somewhere, one of these damn joints, and have them all over the town. And if you have it in one of the big arenas like the Raven Stadium on Fridays, surely people are going to come. People will definitely come down there to watch their babies play in the Raven Stadium. And have people just pay money. You know. There's so much stuff we can do. I think it should be free for all kids to go to all of the baseball games. Because the seats is empty anyway. Mass engagement. And we need to go in non-judgmental. Do not judge the kids. We cannot be judging these kids, man. Because y'all don't even know what it looked like. You hear me? I don't think some of you people even know what it looked like. I always say people get on Facebook and get on Instagram and they say all that stuff and do all that stuff. And they just really ain't from the streets. Right? I'm not making no excuses up for the shooters or the victims. But what I'm trying to tell you is you really don't understand. You really don't understand. You don't know what it feel like to have somebody hunting you to murder you. You don't understand that feeling. So if you don't understand that feeling, you shouldn't be jumping on Facebook. Facebook should be filled up with prayers. Facebook should be filled up with prayers. That's what we need to start putting on Facebook. Every prayer. It should start off that, God, I thank you for this, but damn, I can't pay my car payment. No, but I'm just, hey sister, how you doing, Quan? I'm just sitting here and I'm talking about mass engagement for our city. How are we going to massively engage Baltimore City? Like, we need to massively engage our city. Our city is filled with trauma, bro. It's filled with trauma. Like, we can't even throw a penny in the city and not touch a kid. All our kids is witness homicides, bro. Like, when I was little, I seen a homicide when I was young, but that was like the only one or two I seen. You know? And that's gonna be in my book. When you get my book, I'm gonna tell you the homicide, the first homicide that I witnessed. And all me and my friends, we all saw it together. It was like a real trying thing, because I really went home and telling my mother I wanted to move out of Lafayette Project. I was like, I want to move. It was like 86. I was like 11 or 12 years old. My brother was about to go to prison and go to the army. I knew I was going to be there by myself. And it got kind of hard, because I used to have some people one not really like me, because my brother had already like traumatized a lot of people and did stuff to them. So, had a few dudes out for me. But it's about mass engagement with these kids, man. I was telling people earlier in this live that, like, even if you feel like you can't do nothing for the community, you can just boil a pack of hot dogs if it's 10 dudes on the corner. Little boys outside, give them a hot dog. When this rain stops. You know, when this rain stop, look, swear, as soon as this rain stop, if it stop, all of them gonna come right back out the house like little roaches, right? You gonna see them. They gonna come back out, and when they come back out, some of them hungry, and it's dark, right? And you gonna see them out there engaging. Say hi to them. Ask them, do they want some of that leftover food you gonna throw away? People throw away a lot of food, heat it up, and take it on the corner. They're going to eat it if it's hot. If it's hot, they're going to eat it, trust me. Take them some hot food outside. Some hot dogs. Some hamburgers. Big old pots of spaghetti. Take it out there, have some plates with you, some plastic plates, some forks, and you are going to stop a couple of robberies. You're going to stop a couple of shootings. I guarantee it. I'm trying to tell people, like, this stuff is serious, bro. You can just go feed somebody tonight and you will stop a homicide. You might stop a shooting. You might stop a break-in. You might stop somebody from getting carjacked. Anything. Feed a couple of them guys. That's it. Bro, these kids have trauma. So, it's like, I can go out this project right now, not on mad doors where there's little boys in there, right? They ain't even outside yet. But when they come outside, they be looking. What's going on out here? Look like a big playground. It look like a big playground. I don't mean no harm. But the rain feel like balls or something. Like you gonna smack and mess off my roof, my window. Glad I made it up in here before the rain started. I was about to shoot my podcast outside, but I guess the first one gonna be right here with y'all. Y'all gonna be right here with me. But yeah, it's about mass engagement with these kids, bro. Mass engagement. You can feed them. I mean, you can just take like 2 or 3 of them to Gunpowder Falls. It's like $1, $2, $3 to get them in there. You know what I mean? You got a van. You know. Take about 5 little dudes, your son and them, take them to the beach. The beach don't cost nothing. Gunpowder like $2, $3, something like that. Mass engagement. Mass engagement, bro. Mass engagement. Take them to do something. Feed them. We can pay them to come to different workshops. I don't know how we're going to figure it out, but we just need to get them busy. We need these kids to be busy, bro. We need busybodies because they got so much energy. And you got to think, like when kids that are like fortunate, you know, they releasing their testosterone, they going hiking and fishing with their fathers and, you know what I mean? They boating and, you know, they playing sports, got all the latest sports equipment, you know what I'm saying? So they releasing their testosterone. Our kids, really, if you ain't got no father, you gonna release that testosterone anywhere it come out. And then it ain't nobody to navigate it because they ain't got no father. So we as a community, we gotta do mass engagement. We gotta do mass engagement, bro. We need to do mass engagement. We're gonna have to figure this out. We're gonna have to figure it out. I don't know what we're gonna do. We just gotta figure it out. Alright, this is Tater Barksdale. We here. I'm about to be out. I'm sitting down the projects. I'm gonna try to wait for it to start raining. And try to say something positive, try to encourage a few people, try to send some more people across here to the living classrooms. I sent a lot of kids over here. You probably can't see it because it's raining so bad. That's the living classrooms room over there. And we sent a lot of people over there. If anybody you know is coming home from prison, anybody you know that's coming home from prison, they got an automatic job. You send them down to see Brother Salim down at 1501 East Fayette Street, and Brother Salim gonna get them a good job.